The map of North America looked like this until the 1800s, when France came back and sold Louisiana to the U.S. And the U.S. and Canada saw all that juicy land out west and changed their border and moved out west. And Mexico gaining independence and going to war with the U.S., which the U.S. took the West Coast. And at this point, the U.S. were pretty tired of conquering the West. President Polk, it's time to invade Canada. Josh, I really don't want to do that right now, alright? Like, let's just go to war with the Indians or something. Very well, Mr. President. But all of this expansion had a name. Manifest Destiny. And these ideas still lived in the young mind of a young man by the name of William Walker. Born in Nashville, Tennessee, because of course he was, Walker became a doctor, lawyer, and he even moved to New Orleans to become a newspaper editor. He even hired a young Walt Whitman, which he would later fire because of his anti-slavery views. But Walker quickly got bored of all of his jobs and was like, why don't I just move to San Francisco or something? So he made the dreaded choice to moving to San Francisco, which today that's just seen as living in your own personal hell for making horrible decisions. But there, Walker would get the idea of, I should invade Mexico. So Walker would gather veterans of the Mexican-American War and failed pioneers to invade Mexico. So in 1853, and he landed his army and declared the Republic of Sonora and capturing the governor of the Baja Peninsula. And news of his victory quickly spread back home, and he got more reinforcements and supplies in his base in San Francisco. But the Mexican army was pretty tired of his antics. Hey buddy, if you think Walker pays you good, brother, you haven't seen what the Mexican government will pay collaborators. I mean, Walker pays me like 1 cent an hour. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. What can the Mexican government pay me? How about 2 cents an hour? Well, okay then. With Walker's supply ship switching sides, the Mexican army was able to kick him out of the Baja Peninsula. With his ego shattered, Walker bided his time. Alright, so before we continue with Walker's dumb little antics, I have to talk about a group calling themselves the Knights of the Golden Circle. Founded in 1854 by George Beckley, many of the Golden Circle members consisted of well-known people, including John Wilkes Booth. They would fund these pirates called filibusters, or in Spanish, filibuster, to overthrow Latin American countries. But those failed because 1, this is real life, and 2, this ain't One Piece. They wanted to form an empire called the Golden Circle, so they would have a monopoly on tobacco, cotton, and sugar, and preserve slavery forever. And so Beckley came into contact with Walker, and I'm pretty sure their conversation went something like this. Hey Big Willie, so say if I give you an army and supplies to take over a country, would you do it? Of course I will. I'll take your supplies and not give you nothing in return. Sounds good to me. Let's kiss. Yeah, wait, what? Nothing? And so Walker, with his new army and supplies, had a new opportunity in Nicaragua. There was a civil war between the Democrats and the Legitimates. Sounds like the current political system, am I right? You're not funny! Yes, I know, I'm very funny. And so, the leader of the Democrats, Frank Castellon, was like, hey Big Willie, if I call upon your help, would you totally do it? Of course I will take over your country. Yeah! Let's make out. Wait, what? So Walker showed up and then forcibly took over Nicaragua and becoming its new dictator. Wait. He took over one state in Mexico and lost it, and then took over a whole country? Yeah, no, it's hard to believe. But it's important to say that Walker wasn't a military genius, alright? He basically just put all the stat points into luck, and he just happened to become so lucky to become the president of a Central American country.
Wait a minute. Doesn't this violate US natural laws?
Yeah, but you can get away with a lot of stuff if you're recognized by the President of the United States. And Walker tried to legalize slavery, but ironically, he failed to enforce it.
That seems like a waste of time doing all of that if you can't even enforce it.
Yeah, but as the great Sun Tzu says, it's the thought that counts. Wow, I'm surprised this guy didn't piss off a lot of people. Oh, but he did. He pissed off all of his Central American neighbors. But most importantly, he pissed off the world's richest man, Cornelius Vanderbilt. Or in simple terms, Mr. Moneybag 6'7". I need to hire a writer. Because Vanderbilt owned this little canal that goes from east to west, and Walker took that land for himself, and Vanderbilt was not happy. So he started funding a coalition that consisted of Guatemala, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. The coalition would be later led by Costa Rica, and the coalition and Walker began fighting. But the coalition soon clapped Walker harder than your mom on a Tuesday afternoon, and Walker was finally out of Central America. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't try returning. Oh, he did. Like any spiteful ex, he tried returning like 6 times, but at his 6th attempt, he was captured by the government of Honduras and executed. I'm still the rightful ruler of Nicaragua! Whatever you say, buddy. Alright, boys, open fire. And just like that, Walker was no more. All of that sounds like he was a failed One Piece character. I mean, now that you bring that up, Sanji's design does kind of look like Walker. Huh. Shoutouts go to Ollie Tunes and Wyvern, 2 of some good friends I have, for voicing in this video. Subscribe to them and tell them I said hi. No, I'm not joking. You better subscribe to them or I'll go to your house and like and subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. And massive announcement, if you guys get me to 200 subscribers before the month is over, I'll show my face and do a Q&A video. So you better subscribe.